Here we are again.
How's it going? We have a guest today.
Hello.
Which is actually really cool because he actually just moved into this house.
He's a roommate now. Not for me.
2 hours ago.
Oh. He was in the process of getting the last boxes out of his car as we were setting all this stuff up. And we're doing it in a different location this time. We're in our kitchen.
I thought it was the Sam Adams Brewery.
This is the Sam Adams Brewery. And the Charles Shaw Merlot that I haven't opened. And
also the Founders Brewery.
Yeah, I've got...
And 90 Shilling. Yep. Odell Shilling. Odell Brewing. What am I talking about? 90 Shilling is a beer from Odell.
Do you guys prefer Bailey's in coffee or hot chocolate? Because I do have a bottle of Bailey's right here.
Bailey's for me is definitely a coffee drink.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't know. It tastes really good in hot chocolate.
It does taste good in hot chocolate.
That's true.
Yeah. Hot chocolate.
We're talking to the Cocoa Kid.
Oh, God. Is that what they called you in high school?
That's what he calls himself.
Nobody called me that, except for me when I was at home alone.
When he's in the shower, he's like, yeah, you're the Cocoa Kid.
What was the... Oh, it was the Chocolate Rain Kid. That was the...
That was Zezima. No, that was the RuneScape player.
That's like one of the first YouTube videos that got really, really popular. Was the Chocolate Rain Kid.
I can't do it.
And if he was that age, he's probably in his 30s now.
What was he, probably. Was he like 16 or something? 15?
What was he that
He
close to our age?
He was young.
Oh, then he's just in his late 20s then, which is always interesting to.
Well, he was older than us. I think he was like before 20, but he was like, maybe he was out of high school. But that was back in the day, though.
Mm-hmm. That was Smosh. All those guys.
Oh, I thought that was before Smosh. That was like with Star Wars Kid.
No, I mean that was Smosh doing the Pokemon theme song. That's like the same time period.
Oh,
because they're really old, yeah. Before they got popular.
Yeah, they are old now.
But this is Groutfits episode 4. I put up 8 fingers.
This is episode 4.
I just wanted to over accentuate the fact that there's 4, which is awesome because Hayden and I do not do something 4 times in a row, ever.
We're like
Have
Valve.
you been consistent though?
Yeah,
we have been.
We've recorded for the past 3 Mondays. This is the 4th one.
I don't watch their content.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and what's cool about this one today
does.
is it's pretty much we just watch it. I watch it before I go to bed.
Yeah, that's about it.
What's cool about this is we're recording it a little different here, so it's not going to sound weird on the speaker system. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
That's the game plan.
I will ream you both if it does
that's the
sound
hope.
weird.
I think we should be okay.
We should be good.
Got a good feeling about it.
So I had a dream the other night. It was like actually it was during a nap. It was a very, very heavy nap. So it was like a lucid dream because I was exhausted. But I had a dream, and in my dream, I was the most renowned Zamboni driver in the world. I woke up and I had won an Olympic gold medal for Zamboni driving.
What is a Zamboni?
It's the ice cleaner in hockey.
Oh,
you know those like the truck things.
Get rid of all the grooves and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I like walked out to my medal awarding ceremony, and everybody was like screaming in this auditorium, and I was like, and I like was my Zamboni was there that I like used to win the final race. So then I was like. I woke up.
Was second place the Zamboni driver that honks the horn to Sweet Caroline when the crowd goes wild?
Oh my God, that'd be beautiful.
It was.
Have you ever lucid dreamed before? I know you brought it up as a lucid dream.
I don't know. I feel like I've been able to and like hindsight I've been able to make decisions and dream, but I don't I'm not confident enough about that statement to really go,
I've had a couple on the edge, but I've definitely had one distinct lucid dream.
What did you do with your powers? Because you're able to do anything.
The dumbest thing possible.
What?
So it was for a psych class.
I can think of some pretty dumb things, dude.
Yeah. So it was for a psych class, and I had to keep a dream journal for 7 straight days, or 5 of the 7 straight days, and write everything down immediately when I woke up. And I have trouble remembering my dreams most of the time. So right before I woke up, I realized, oh my God, I'm in a dream. I have to write this all down in the morning. So I rewound the dream and I watched it again.
Oh, that's really that's a lame way to do it.
Dumbest thing I could have done.
I mean, it's still kind of cool.
But I remembered most of it and I wrote it down. It's in one of my journals somewhere.
There's a way that you can.
What did you smoke before you went to bed, dude?
Stress and
the
anxiety.
Lord.
That's college. What did you say?
The Lord. He smoked
You can.
the Christ.
So there's a way that you can convince yourself, like the way that you know that you're dreaming, and that's you put an X on your hand, and before you go to bed every day for a week or so, you're supposed to look at the X, and then in your dream you're just hoping that your dream self looks at your hand, and you're like, wait a second, there's no X.
It's kind of like the totem thing in Inception.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But here's the problem though: if you do that, you also open up the possibility of sleep paralysis.
Yes,
which is something that no one.
The more lucid dreams you have, the more likely you are to be sleep
Wait, go
paralyzed
back
at
and-
some point.
I don't want to ever deal with that. That sounds like
That sounds like the best way to go, dude.
Serious horror
What do you
stories.
mean?
Sleep paralysis, dude.
Not the best way to go.
No.
You're stuck.
You're like
I'm
half awake,
stuck
but you can't
in the
move
ghost
because
zone.
It feels, wow.
Well, there's a thing about sleep.
If you're into that sort of thing, I mean.
With sleep paralysis, a
Didn't
lot
you
of
like Penny
people.
Phantom?
This is a great show, Going Ghost. But with sleep paralysis, there's this thing.
He was just 14
Was he only 14?
when his parents built a very strange.
I'm so
machine.
upset.
Stop it. Sleep paralysis.
With
Go
sleep
ahead.
paralysis, everyone has like a common occurrence that happens. Like everyone who has gone through it, they all see like an older man at the foot of their bed. Like that's like a normal thing that people see. What do you think that? I mean, it's weird that everybody kind of has a similar idea of what's happening.
I don't know. I feel like that might be more attributed to like just us talking about it right now and people hearing about it. They're more likely to think about that in the future.
But if it's
Hayden's
near
gonna have
future.
sleep paralysis tonight.
He is. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna be permanently stuck in tilted
But
towers.
there's really gonna be an old man in his room.
I'm gonna be permanently hiding under a staircase in tilted towers, listening to footsteps above me. I won't be able to leave or get a gun.
We have a fourth guest, by the way.
We do. This is Tut.
Matt's dog Tut, named after the king, is hanging out here. You probably can't see him in the camera because there's cans and stuff, but he's here.
Just lift him up, dude.
I'm not gonna lift him up. He's huge.
He has a handle. He's
Oh,
like
here he
a
comes.
case.
Here he
There
comes.
we go. There's the pupper.
There he is.
Lifted himself.
All right.
He's a Reese's. All right, you can chill there.
He's
Oh,
like
that's
a
mic.
small deer. Like he like gallops like a
He is
horse,
kinda
but he's like
like a-
lanky like a deer, and he has then a basketball for a head.
Hey, bud. How you doing?
It's like
He's just chilling. He's
Incredibly difficult to ignore. Just before we started recording, he came up to me and was just puppy dog eyes the whole time.
he wants some American Pale Ale.
You're not old
It's
enough
so
for that, buddy.
it's sad because like all of you guys have dogs. Matt has a dog. You have a dog. Hayden has a dog, and my dog died a long time ago, and I haven't gotten a new one.
All of your dogs have died, dude.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, it was a football.
No, that poor dog.
And it happened long enough ago that I don't feel bad saying that.
What,
You
Now,
Forrest?
the more that I'm talking about it, the
Well-
worse I feel.
Forrest, the pudding pup.
Yeah.
Forrest was a pudding pup, dude. He
Hey,
was like he looked like a pudding cup.
He looked like an elongated lemon.
He was, yeah. Like, if you tipped him over, he couldn't get back up. He was like a turtle.
Okay, but before he lost his sight and his hearing and his general will to live, he was like a really cool dog. He did like a lot of tricks, and that was one of the reasons why we were like, we're gonna rescue
What
him.
tricks did he do, dude? Did
He could
roll?
sit, he could speak,
So he could do
lay
pretty
down.
much general dog
He
stuff.
could. Oh, you're getting under the
I
laptop.
bet he could poop outside too, like a big boy.
He could poop outside.
Tut, come on, Tutty, come here. Come here, Tut. Get the pupper out of the way. Come on.
Just sneak down there. Sneak down.
No, don't hand it to me.
All right, well,
Don't pass. All right.
he's
Well,
on
I guess
halfway
he's
there.
right
he's
now.
on you, so. Halfway there, what? Oh, to getting him out of yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. He's like, nope. He's
Really
trying to get the.
There
Pass
he
his buck there.
Can I help you? All right, dude.
But anyway, there's a Slender Man movie coming out, which
Yeah.
I was kind of reminded of that with our sleep paralysis conversation, because a lot of people that experience it, that's kind of where it comes from, that idea.
I thought it came from a
Nope.
German legend.
Also that, many things.
Oh shit! I ruined this.
Slender Man
What are you
is everything.
There you go.
Jesus.
Good boy.
I watched so there's this video of this lady. She has virtual reality glasses on, and she's playing one of those fully immersive zombie games, and she's freaking out about it. So the little lap dog, she goes to hold it. And like so that she can stay comforted, but she grabs the dog's ass and puts the dog's butt in her face, and she doesn't realize what it is. So you just see the dog like sitting there like freaking out, and then she just has the butt next to her face, and the girl who's videotaping is laughing like crazy.
You're really good at having your phone on when you're talking on the radio, dude. Or on
I
it
do
all.
that at the studio all the time. It's really bad.
One time on Christmas when he was at work, he was holding like a little. Yeah, on Christmas. It was Christmas Day. He was holding like a poll where if we could guess like his answer his question, he would like give us a coupon or something like that, you know. or listeners, I guess, not us, but we want it. And so so he asked the question, and I texted him the answer on air because we were all listening, and his phone went off, and it was really loud. And he was like, "Oh, that's so unprofessional of me," and then clicked it off, and then it went off like next year as well too, because he's so good at it, and just went off now. So
Yeah, I'm gonna
it also went
put it on
off
vibrate.
in episode 2, very beginning.
It did, yeah.
I
I thought you said you didn't watch our content.
I dabble.
he watches it enough to bitch about it to us.
I so badly want to make
constructive criticism is a much better term.
constructive criticism is always very much appreciated, and I want to make shorts so badly,
It's so
but none of us
hard.
have time to do
Oh,
it.
it's so
Cut
hard.
the legs off your
what-
jeans.
I hate you.
Well, there you have it. So I should
Anyway,
be-
Groutfits episode 4, guys.
I should
Thank
be
you.
more specific. I want to make short videos. Oh man.
Oh.
hmm It just
Gotcha.
it takes a ridiculously long. It takes like a lot of time to set everything up, get people that want to do it, and actually like edit everything.
Yeah,
so.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Just gotta
And then
more
you have to
time.
like have something you want to write. You want to do. You write something. and
Well, I
do
still
it.
want to do that script that you have. It's still sitting in my my
I don't
drawer.
remember which one, dude.
The Man Who Stole the World.
Oh, Sold the World.
Which
Yeah,
described it to you
Sold
real
the
quick.
World.
I'm going to describe it to you in 10 words. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Did
I don't
the
have
man
time.
I was
steal
like,
the
I
world?
was trying to think of how to. No, Sold the World, not Stole the World. Dalton can't read.
Is it Sold the World?
The Man Who Sold the World. I mean,
Oh.
I changed the name of it because that was the song I was listening to when I wrote it, but it's just called Who Goes There Now.
That just reminds me too much of the nothingness that was Death of a Salesman.
I've always wanted to see Death of a Salesman. Never seen it.
I don't
I
care.
think it would be a great
Not
play,
much, honestly.
but
Probably
Do you not
just
like plays?
reading it, it was
Do I not like play? What do you
Quite-
mean? Do I
quite
not like
boring.
plays?
Well, then what do
In
you
my
not
opinion.
care about Death of a Salesman? It's like one of the best, apparently. Even though
it
it's
is
real
a
sad.
classic.
Yeah.
You know what else is a classic? Citizen Kane, dude.
10 Things I Hate About You.
True.
Haven't seen Citizen Kane. I hate that I haven't seen it.
It's so
I'm just
good.
kidding. I don't care that much.
It's so good that you need to see it, and we should have a movie night where we watch Citizen Kane, we watch Double Indemnity because that one's fantastic, and we
V for
watch The
Vendetta.
Birds.
Oh.
We need to
We
drink
watch V for
craft
Vendetta
beer
too,
all
yeah, absolutely.
night then too.
What'd you say?
So we need to drink craft beer all night, sit in our robes, and talk about our problems then. Okay.
New podcast. Call it something like Grout Robes. Or just Groutfits for
I
short.
thought you said
Grout robes?
grout rubs, and I was like,
No, that's a different place. It's out in San Diego.
How many robes do you own at this point, Hayden?
Mm.
One? I got 2. CD?
I believe I have a
We need to do a robe cast. Just one time we'll do a
I got
podcast in a robe.
coat that I wear nothing.
We'll
under
all be
sometimes.
butt naked,
Oh.
and we'll just sit in our bathrobes. Or we just do a butt naked podcast.
I would actually.
That would be cool.
Really like that.
And then I just don't blur anything. We just put it up online. That'd be really cool, right?
There's like 4
Just
different
full on.
places you can put it online. Then really limiting your viewership there.
Pornhub did this thing for April Fool's Day where it was
Why
just
do you bring up
all
Pornhub? Why is
corn.
that?
You said 4 different sites that could have it.
Yeah, I only said 4.
Clearly
I didn't
Pornhub's
mention
one
Our
of
any
those.
penises would be out, Chris, so
Yeah.
it would be Pornhub.
But they made it
It's
into
not going to be
Cornhub.
MySpace.
So everybody who went to it, the
No,
front
that's
page
music
was just
now.
all pictures of corn. Like
Pornhub?
fields-
Oh, yeah,
fields
yeah.
of corn, ears of corn, kernels of corn. You want me to tell you more about corn?
Did they have
Shrimp
like,
gumbo,
the things
shrimp
that,
sandwiches,
load corn
shrimp
into the
stew,
silos, just, like,
shrimp
splashing
loaves,
onto the top of
shrimp
the silo?
pasta. We can
That
make some
seems
shrimp
really-
shakes. We can make some shrimp steaks. We can make some shrimp souffles.
What did you eat for breakfast? Oh, some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza. No, I meant lunch. Oh, some roast beef, some chicken, a pizza.
What about dinner? Some roast beef, a chicken, a pizza.
SpongeBob's amazing.
Oh god.
Are they still making episodes?
Yeah, they are. I saw
They're
something
probably
today
real
from
bad now.
IGN where they were like, it was a hoax. SpongeBob is not getting canceled. Don't believe this. And I'm like, the only time I saw that it was like being canceled was some meme that was floating around last week, and it was like a really poor. It was like the grammar was shit. I had never heard of the page, and it just like it didn't look professional, and people were like, oh my god, and I'm like, how can you not like really tell that this is a fake thing.
Well, those are the same people that get the email from Prince Nasheed or whoever it is, and then they send a ridiculous amount of money because they're like, he's in jail, I got to get him out.
God,
and then,
no.
yeah, exactly.
I have to do my civic.
He said that if I send him my
tons of my money.
If I send him my credit card information and my social security number, he will reward me greatly when he gets out of jail.
See, we were talking about before about like flat earthers and how they believe it, and you're like, what the? How can you even conceive that somebody believes that? Scams like that, for me, I'm like, I guess it's different for us because we grew up in the digital age. We grew up with social media and everything else like this. Mm-hmm. But I look at these things and I'm like, how the shit does anybody online not know how to figure out what a fake email is now, or figure out what a Facebook scam is, or something like that?
Some are pretty convincing though. There's a
occasionally you'll get like one or two.
There's a phone call.
There's a ton that'll just be like, this is not even close to what the website looks like that I was just on.
Have you guys ever gotten the phone call where it's this girl and she goes
10 minutes and then hangs up?
No.
That's
you
the
have
Sims.
7 days.
Yeah. That's the Sims.
No,
those are the worst.
No. This girl, she calls and she's talking about a timeshare or whatever. So you're like, oh, clearly this is fake. Just like a computer. It sounds like a computer's voice. And then all of a sudden she goes, oh, sorry, I just have to adjust my headset. Hey, how's it going? And then you're like, oh, this is a real person then because they need to adjust their headset.
And then she's like,
no, that's the fucking robot.
What?
Yeah, I listened to the rest of it, and it's a robot because I'm like, are you real?
Did you replay it?
Are you a robot? And then she just kept talking, so it was a robot. Or she's
the easiest way to figure out if a person is a person or a
start
robot,
talking over
you just say random things.
Yep.
Yeah, but they could be very committed.
Yes, but oranges grow
Nobody
on trees
is that
sometimes.
Committed, dude.
Oranges do grow on trees sometimes.
There you go. You responded to me. Now I know you're not a robot.
That was a really good example.
What if the robot was programmed to say everything you said back?
What?
That would actually be kind of intense. But they would sound significantly more like Microsoft Sam than a person recording.
I think I would just get into a fight with it. Be like, who are you looking at? What are you talking about?
What are
you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Well, you'd lose, right?
No, not necessarily.
Apparently, 100. Oh man, he's giving some kisses.
He's trying to.
I've seen him eat his own vomit.
I was gonna say, I bet he has had that tongue in his butthole. There you go. Oh, he's trying to share it with you.
That's unfortunate.
He's like, you want to smell my turd cutter? It's pretty great.
Turd cutter?
It's one of my favorite phrases.
The sphincter really is like a cigar cutter. If you think about it, it kind of is.
That was a bad time for me to mentally come back to this conversation.
You ever tried cutting a cigar in there, dude? You ever tried using your sphincter to cut a cigar?
No, but you could probably do it.
No.
If you're worked up enough, maybe?
If you're worked up, if you're scared enough.
Yeah. If all of a sudden Jason comes out of the woods and...
So that's the clip. That's the Instagram clip right there.
Remind me of what we're butthole cutting now?
Oh, cigars.
He's like, your sphincter is like a cigar cutter.
It's like the natural cigar cutter.
It's nature's cigar cutter. Mm-hmm. Nature's pocket.
Because when you're scared, your sphincter goes like a vice grip.
The three of us, I like stuff up my butt the most.
Oh man, I'm gonna segue this.
You mean Sigu?
Oh, Sigu. Sorry, French. My bad.
Yep, Sigu.
You know what's really unfortunate in my Spanish class?
The French.
The French. No, since I took French in high school, it meshes because they're Latin languages.
It's the romance.
So
languages.
I'll be like in class and I'll just want to say allons-y or whatever, and then I'm like, that's French, and then I'll try to say biscuit and that's French.
Why did you not do French in college?
Because I wanted to do Spanish.
So you can actually use it?
I feel like it's more applicable. It's more applicable in the U.S., I think.
Yeah, French only works for white dudes when they're from France. If it's a college guy who learns French, it's gonna be somebody who's like, oh, great,
now,
you're cool.
Yeah,
but if you're a French dude who comes over here, even I'm like, okay.
And then you're like, those are some nice poofy pants you got there, French person.
Do you want to sell me a TV?
Oh God, I wasn't going that far.
Do the French do they just coin ascots? Like, is that their thing?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
The last time I heard an ascot brought up in conversation, I was watching Scooby-Doo.
I was gonna say.
I don't like when people talk about the French like they just are surrender. Like people call them surrender monkeys.
No, they
it's
were
not fair
warmongers for like 2 centuries.
Yeah,
all they did was want to get their dick in everything.
They get a bad rap because of how quickly they lost World War II. But people don't realize just how many battles they won in
They
World
weren't
War One. I
stopping.
mean, they lost in World War One without the British and American help. But regardless, they still held their own for a little bit. And before that, they were great. So,
do you know why French is such a huge language in Africa?
Colonization.
Yep. Well, during the age of imperialism, during when all the European countries were colonizing Africa,
It's largely the northern parts of Africa, correct?
southern.
Really?
Yep. Northern is Muslim. Yep. So a lot of it, like there's there's the English were down there then too. There's the Germans. Everybody was there. But there was a big disconnect between like this European country and whichever African country they were occupying. But the French, and the way they've kind of always done it apparently, but specifically around this kind of Victorian era or like late Victorian era, the way that they thought about their culture, you could become French. It wasn't like you had to be born in France to be French. You could be engrossed enough in the culture and the people.
A lot of people do that. The Ottomans did that.
I didn't know the Ottomans did that.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty cool.
I think that's something that we should adopt.
Same with the Persians. It's kind of like
I
More
think
so
depending on who you ask.
Than we do.
I think depending on who you ask, we do though. I think that's the whole point of America is you can do that. It's supposed to be like the style of French where you can come here and you can become an American and you can be part of this culture, and then the culture is this great American salad bowl. But some people are like, I don't have the capacity to fit that into their definition of the country. It's. But I thought that was neat. So
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a bright side of colonization, which is hard to find.
Dude,
because that's really bad.
There's not many bright sides at all.
Yeah.
I would argue there's probably no bright sides.
No,
that's not true. I mean, it's such a sticky topic, and it's one of the things we've been discussing in class lately, like being an Afro pessimist or an Afro narcissist. Like, what do you? Afro narcissist, Afro pessimist. What did I say? Afro optimist and Afro pessimist.
You said pessimist, then you said narcissist, then
pessimist again. Yeah. So optimist and pessimist. There we go.
Okay. Narcissist kind of falls under the optimist category.
I guess it does. Yeah.
Do you think you can only be an optimist if you're a narcissist?
Not at all.
No, not at all, dude.
Right, you can be pessimist if you're a narcissist.
It's just a positive outlook, but narcissism is an extremely positive.
I kind of wish
I
wish I was narcissistic though, because I would love that confidence. It'd be so cool.
You can have confidence and not be like a total narcissistic dick.
I can't have confidence. No.
That was.
I shoot a free throw and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna make it before I even throw the ball.
You're like wake up going, man, I'm not gonna make this free throw today.
Practice makes perfect. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's why I don't play basketball anymore.
What, dude?
What were you talking about before we sidetracked?
I don't remember actually.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I'm still petting this lovable doggy.
This pupper
little
doggo.
peanut butter cup.
Mm-hmm.
He's like trying to get up there, dude. He like really wants.
He really wants to just talk on the mic, but the thing is, he doesn't bark much. So
he just whinted at me a minute ago. He was like.
I've only heard him bark twice,
go,
and he's been living here for like 6 months.
Was that both times you were jerking him off?
Jesus, what? Who says that? It's so bad. I love your hat, by the way, CD. I don't know if I've ever told you that before.
We don't get too vulgar on this, but occasionally you get a dip in there a bit. Just the tip.
I've never had this beer before, and I'm actually digging it.
Dude, Odell's everything I've had from Odell is really good. And
APA?
yeah, APAs are pretty awesome.
Do one of you guys mind if I try it?
I bought them.
That did not answer my question.
No, I think my point was can you rephrase the fucking question?
Can I try one?
There you go, because I bought them. I'm just being a jerk. Yeah,
Can I? You don't know. He wanted you to say, "Can I try that?"
No,
you bought it.
One. I just wanted a sip, but all right. I guess I.
You ever heard the saying, "Don't look a gift horse in the teeth"?
Don't look a gift horse in the eyeball. Left eyeball only.
Don't lick a gift horse in the mouth.
Never don't bow down to a horse that's a gift.
Never ride a horse on an Easter Sunday.
Now, that is adult euphemism.
Grab him by the mane or you're in for some pain.
That's the dumbest one.
All right, we should probably stop horsing around here.
Ah, boo.
Hey.
Boo hey. He is wagging his tail like crazy. Oh, I get it. Lame. That's very bad. Boo.
Your mom is too.
So you're just gonna have to move just for a little bit. Okay?
Did you know that your mom texts Dalton and I once a day and says, "I'm sorry
For
bringing you into this
for my
world"?
conception.
For bringing you into this world.
Yeah.
She
says
does.
Sorry. to
Okay,
me,
what do
too.
you? Okay, dude.
In the foremost,
I-
saying
you know what-
sorry to my siblings.
You know
while
what
I'm in the room.
what we don't talk about enough is I actually think that we all have really cool parents, like
That is
I think so
true.
too. Okay, nope.
because pretty much
It's my nutsack.
all of like close friends' parents, I love talking to them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Like anytime I run into Susan, I love talking to her. Obviously, whenever I go over to your place,
Shelly and
Greg are
Buttermaker
great to talk.
are great.
And I want to play Jeff so badly in darts competitively, but I want him to not use his hands.
He's gonna throw.
still
He's
beat
gonna
you.
throw like he's in a giraffe fight. He's gonna go.
He's got to use his mouth.
You ever seen giraffes fight, dude?
Fire, boy.
With their necks.
Dude, yeah. You know, it's one of those things where you first see it and you're like, "That's really funny," and then you go, "Holy Nikes, man!
You're gonna snap something.
That's terrifying."
And I'm gonna laugh at first, and that makes me uncomfortable.
Could you
with
imagine
myself.
if you could only fight with your head? Like every single fight you had to get into, you just had to headbutt somebody. Like, I mean, you could just like not get in fights at all. That'd be probably a good way to solve that. But like,
Yeah.
if you had to fight somebody, the only thing you could use was your head, and they could only use their head.
And like just like rams, our eyebrows grew really long. I know that's their horns, but like I'm trying to think of something that's in the same general vicinity.
Locationally, I
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
you're saying.
So like, but like the eyebrows grow outwards instead
They
of
grow
up.
outwards and all together, so it's like one giant horn
Outwards and
instead of
over.
a knot
Oh,
in
that'd be
the hair.
cool. That'd be really
I'm
cool.
just trying to justify him right now.
Did you know that otters will snap other otters' necks?
Why?
They sneak up on them and just
Like James Bond style.
like Archer, dude. Like start like, done. Yeah, dude. They'll come up. They'll snap necks for territory, and they'll hang the bodies out to dry.
You're making that up. I don't believe you.
Am I making it up, dude?
Did you watch this on
Have you
BBC
never seen,
Planet Earth
like,
2?
An otter
Yeah,
dam? It's all just dead
It's
bodies. of
all
other
just snapped
otters.
otter necks.
There's a bird that does that. Not to otters. The bird kills like
Otters?
lizards and stuff, and then puts them on spiky trees, and to like
What?
hang out for food later. I saw that on Planet Earth 2, and I was watching. I was like, that's the most metal thing I've ever seen.
Dude,
This bird.
Like on spiky trees, as in pikes, or as in like
They're like spiky bushes. I'm giving it too
they're
much
just,
credit.
Like thorny.
Yeah, they're thorny bushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like the bird takes the lizard's head and puts it on a pike, and then it's just like that's my food later.
That's my spike tree that I just made. No, I mean it kind of does that, and like when I was watching it, it's almost like the bird winked at the camera.
So there is this bird in Africa. I watched the Africa BBC thing, which is really cool.
BBC's great.
There's this bird that like coexists with meerkats, and the bird will sit in a tree where the meerkats have made their nest under it. Then too, you know, and they kind of share an ecosystem there. Then too, the meerkats don't care if it comes down and eats some food. But when it's like a dry season, there's not a lot of bugs around. Then too, the bird. Sorry, I'm gonna back it up a sec. So the bird also works as an alarm system for them. It's a guard. So because it's up in the tree there, it will like chirp and bark and yell when there's a predator nearby, and the meerkats know to get underground. But when it's a dry season, when there's not a lot of bugs out, this bird will sound the alarm, will fake them out,
Sound
so
the
all
alarm.
these meerkats will run
Stop
underground
mid-meal.
after they've pulled out all these bugs, and they'll go and eat them then too. And then I don't remember what the other thing it does is, but like if it does it again, the meerkats won't fall for it. But it does something else and then tricks the meerkats again, so they have no idea when there's going to be an actual predator, but they just have to go underground
Birds
every
are
single time.
Stupid. Well, some of them, but a lot of species of birds are stupid intelligent.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nature is just super cool.
And then a
in
lot of
general.
birds are stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're pretty cool. Nature's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And scary.
I think that the people who work for
Nature?
like documentary, the people who work at nature,
Leprechauns.
They should be paid more.
no, the people who do like documentary films in the wilderness, it's so cool. Like that's such a cool job. Granted, I don't know any of them.
Have you ever
Who's-
watched any of the making of those doc films?
No, but it's probably intense.
There's
Yeah.
like one of them actually, because I watched all the special features on the Africa one. That's the one that's just in my head. Like they encountered a whole thing of elephants, and they like at one point were hiding in this tree that they had been waiting in for a few days, and this elephant came up and found them there and was like headbutting the tree, and they're like, we thought we were gonna die. Like they were so certain they were, And then in that same one, which is because you watch it and you're like, oh man, that's really cool. The animal's like killing or hunting this other animal. On that same one, there was a mom elephant that was in a herd with her baby that was crossing this desert, and the baby couldn't make it, and so it like laid down and was gonna die, and the mom knew that and hung out with it, and knew that if she stayed there, that she wasn't gonna be able to get back to the elephant. She wasn't be able to get back to the herd, and she would die then too. And so I watched I love watching all the making of stuff because they talk about sitting there for days trying to get this shot, you know. But this one, the guys were talking about it, and one of the guys just like broke down crying. He's explaining. He's like, yeah, we watched it, and after we finished filming and we got the take, we're like, holy cow, that was awesome. And then just went, holy shit, we didn't do anything to save them, and we could have.
You kind of have to go into it with the idea that this is nature, and you're trying to get it at its rawest form, so you can't interfere.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the point? That's really like horrible.
Yeah.
But
what do you
also
do?
really cool that the mom would stay like that. Like it's a very human thing that we attach to our characteristics. Yeah. But then to see that in nature, you're like, wow, maybe other animals are a lot. I heard that, by the way. Other animals have a lot more human characteristics than people actually give them credit for.
Did you know that elephants mourn their dead?
Yeah, I think dogs do that too.
Not the way that elephants do. Like remember the elephant graveyard from Lion King? It's a real thing. Elephants have a specific spot, like almost a ceremonial gravesite they go in and they die in when they're in their pack. And then the herd will go back and revisit it every now and then and hang out there for a few days and go.
Hey, you get off the counter.
Hey, Tut.
That rice isn't yours. Get away from that rice, Tut. What do you think you own that counter? Do you pay the bills here, Tut?
He's like, oh, you want to talk to me?
He is the king.
He is the king.
Oh man. Well, I think we're about out of time here.
I think we are too. Which thank you, CD, so much.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Coming
Thank you guys
along
for
here.
watching.
Thank you, Tut, for not destroying any of the stuff
He
here.
just wanted to come in here and
He just wanted to chill.
rest his head on your crotch and eat some rice.
We do have a couple of announcements.
The first one is we have a couple friends who are doing some pretty cool things. One of ours is doing meal preps for people who are athletes who are busy during the week and would like something else to eat, or
Which
have
I
kids.
actually use on occasion, so.
It's pretty great, yeah. His family owns a restaurant in town then too, and we'll go ahead and put this link at the bottom of the video here then too. It is Pro Meals on Facebook. It's our good friend Sammy Lake, and he's pretty talented. Cooks all the meals himself. Usually requires a few days worth of notice, but he'll do plenty for you at a time.
And it's out of Jamra, which if you've never been there before, it's a fantastic restaurant.
Awesome.
Middle Eastern food, right? That's the specialty to it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they fill the plates too. It's like not
always
just,
fresh. Every single time they go there, they go to work. Everything is always fresh there.
Yeah, for somebody who goes out to eat like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, $10 there actually
Really
gets me. I know it's bad.
I'm sorry.
It gives me.
When you go there, you don't need to cook. It's awesome.
Right, I'm able to eat half of it, be full, like I just went to another restaurant, and then have that second part for later. So definitely check out Jamra and check out Pro Meals. We'll leave the link for Pro Meals. And then
second thing is we have a buddy of ours who's trying really, really hard to do some streaming then too. That is Drunk Nation. It's our friend Colton. He's very, very funny. He's done a lot of really cool shit on his page, including having a Spotify playlist linked up so you can request songs, you can gamble and win some prizes, and occasionally he will be responding to like bets and like dares, and will like just keep doing shots on air, and it's kind of dangerous. It's also really fun, and he's really funny. So go ahead and check him out. We're gonna put him down here for you then too.
He just hit 100 followers, which is really cool. So congrats there.
Yeah. So we got to represent our buddies who are trying to do some cool things as well. And then the last thing is we have something pretty cool in the works.
We've got some news coming your way, probably for episode 5.
Yeah. We can't share it yet. But it's something pretty neat. So yeah, thanks again, guys.
Bye, everybody.